This is all very, very gorgeous. It's early in the morning, 6 a.m., a little after 6 a.m. Sunrise this morning is about 6:40, and we are in Rainbow Canyon. It's a little BLM land, kind of an unofficial trail out here in Southern California, about an hour outside of Costa Mesa. And the plan today is to go chase some rainbows. There apparently are these rainbow patterned rocks, or rocks with rainbow patterns in them throughout this canyon. So we're just gonna go off and search for that. There might be a waterfall, and it sounds like there's water in the river, so that's a good chance. But so far today, I'm just proud of myself for having gotten up and get out, and hopefully we catch some good light. It is overcast. Like, it actually even rained on me a little bit on my way in, and I was not expecting that. I think these clouds are gonna burn off this morning, so we'll probably end up being blue skies by the time we head off. But like I say, it's still early, so I'm gonna kind of get myself organized, get myself put together, wait for just a little bit more light, and head on up on the trail and see what we can find. I'm excited for this. I just feel like I've already accomplished something by getting up before the sun. So people that do this regularly, hats off to you. I don't know how you do it every day, but it's worth it. All right, let me get my stuff together. First shot of the day, and it's not my typical fare. This is actually kind of a wide landscape. We've got this beautiful little peak in front of me, just kind of doing this perfect little triangle. As the sun's coming up, a little heavier light on one side than on the other, and then just these kind of striations as the mountainside is peaking and valleying. And behind that is another larger peak, snow covered, and the clouds are just kind of drifting in between them. So it's a simple little shot, just f8. ISO 100, 1/60th of a second. And that's it. Nothing on here, no polarizers, nothing. I might do a little graduated neutral density in post. I don't do that in camera anymore. I find it's easier and you have more control doing that in a post-processing, because I can more delicately kind of etch out those lines and not reduce the exposure on my mountains, but I can reduce the exposure on my sky. It's just a personal choice. But that's it. This shot's really simple. And it's the first one, so shaking the dust off, got the camera out, taking some pictures. We're gonna keep hiking. I've barely gotten down this road at all, so haven't even hit the mouth of the canyon yet. So we best get moving. Found this rock, and I really love this rock. It's green and white and gray, so probably just melding of three different minerals, but it's amazing. This side facing me, I got two shots in this one rock. This side facing me has just got these great swirling patterns of dark and green, and that's what I'm focusing on. This one. This one's just a really simple shot. It is f11, 1/30th of a second, ISO 100, 2-second timer. That's it. This one's just about pattern and texture. Now, around the other side of this rock, let me show you this. Come with me. Over here is this bit. This is great. I got this green side and a white side. So imagining this just kind of cutting diagonally through the frame, a green and a white, and that's it. Just a real simple shot like that. So we're gonna just kind of try to get set up on that one now, get that shot, and then keep walking and enjoying. It's beautiful out here. It is so amazing. All right, so we've come around to the back side of our little rock here, and this one's just a really fun, simple little image, all about texture and pattern. So I'm focus stacking this one. I want to make sure that it's sharp all the way through, because again, this one's about the pattern and the textures of this rock, and of course the contrasting colors, the green and the white. But really simple, just set up on this one, ISO 100, f11, and about 1/60th of a second, as I recall. Let me show you what we're looking at here on the back of the camera, and you can see what we're looking at. Now, slightly different aspect ratio here, but you get the idea. Cool green one side, cool white on the other side. Beautiful diagonal line just running right through the center of the frame. And that's it, that's how this shot is gonna go. A lot of focus here in the video world, it looks like. I'm not wearing my glasses though, so I don't know, maybe it's perfectly sharp. Maybe that's part of my problem. I need to put my glasses on. But like I said, this shot is just really, really simple, and it's just this cool pattern in nature, and it's just kind of that tends to be what I'm drawn to, are these patterns and textures out here in nature, and there is a literal cornucopia of them out here. So we're just gonna keep walking around and looking for them. Honestly, can't think of a better way to spend the day. This is very exciting. This is exciting for two reasons. One, it's a beautiful, beautiful scene. Two, I got out my wide angle lens, and I almost never do that. I always shoot tight on contrast and texture, and that's kind of the thing that always draws me in. But this one has all those things, but it's still a really wide scene. As I mentioned, there was clearly once a fire that had come through here. So there are all these scorched black bare trees out here, and it's gorgeous, gorgeous canyon land. And I've got this burnt wooden log that's fallen through this lush green grasses in the foreground. So that's the shot. Log in the foreground with these green grasses and this stark, dark, burnt tree just stretched up into the blue sky. Shooting with the polarizer on the lens to really kind of darken down that sky, increase that contrast between the sky and the tree. And shooting in this wide angle lens is helping me out in a couple of ways. The lens distortion is one, kind of accentuating this tree, stretching it out, making it seem really, really, really tall. And then the bottom half of this log that's in the foreground is just kind of curving and bent with that lens distortion as well. So it's just kind of giving it a little extra added character. Focus stacking this shot as well, just because this log in the foreground is about 2 feet away from me. And then the tree, of course, is a little further back in the background. So I just want to make sure I get everything sharp between this log and that tree, and including the tree. So about 3 shots, 4 middle background, circular polarizer again to knock down that sky, shooting at an ISO 100, 1/30th of a second, f11, just to kind of help with the sharpness and everything. Let me show you here what we're looking at on the back of the camera. And this is gonna be a little wrong because we're cropping in the video frame, and it's not the same framing as my photography frame, right? So, but you can see this tree. Just look at this guy. It's just so great. Just oof, so much character. And then the log, if I tip down here a little bit, whoop, there's my burnt log just laying through my green grasses. So the shot's just really kind of all about that, the burnt wood and the green grass and the just being out here and enjoying it. Loving this shot.
Well, here we are. We found the rainbow rock. I don't know if this is the only rainbow rock out here, if this whole canyon's named for this one rock, or if there's more of them. Either way, I don't care. This one's pretty spectacular. So we're set up on the shot here, and it's really easy, just kind of setting up the striations, the colorful greens and blues and grays and whites and yellows in this rock. It's amazing, really. So we're just kind of set up, kind of running at a diagonal through with all the colors, shooting down low, and we're gonna have to kind of focus stack this, because as you can see, my camera is nowhere near the same plane as this rock. So from here to there, we're out of focus. Gonna be really simple with this. I'm just gonna shoot. What are we shooting here? Let's see. We're shooting at an ISO 100, f11 1/100th of a second. And again, we're just gonna focus stack. We're just gonna go front to back on this guy. 2-second timer, click and done. Real easy shot here today. And I love it. This kind of, the whole day has been like this, just really, just cherry picking everything. I am so happy with today. This is an incredible rock. I don't know what causes this. It's got to be mineral deposits, something. Like I can see quartz in here. I'm going to assume most of this is granite. I don't know. If you know what causes this coloration in these rocks, leave a comment down below. It's really amazing. I'm willing to bet I could get at least 2 images out of this rock, and I'm going to try to do just that right now. But for now, here's this one. All right. We are perched precariously on the side of a cliff, almost literally shooting up this slot canyon, and the water is flowing. It's really amazing. It's gorgeous. A couple of little broken ladders, extension ladders that people have been using to kind of continue up the canyon here. I am not going any further than this. Well, the water's flowing pretty good. It's cold, I don't want to fall in it. I am not wearing the right shoes to scramble up this hill, and I'm not going to do it carrying my camera bag, and I'm not doing it on my own. So those are all the strikes against me going any further, but that's okay. This is officially the turnaround point of the trail anyway. So I'm here, I'm going to grab this shot. It's a really simple shot, it's a beautiful little shot. I'm kind of tight in on this waterfall in front of me. I've got just a little hint of the upper fall in there as well. Shooting this with a circular polarizer, which isn't doing anything. We're in the shade and in a slot canyon, but it's still on my lens, so I've just left it there. I've also thrown a 3-stop neutral density on there to slow me down on my shutter speed, giving me a 5-second shutter speed at f11 ISO 100. Focused on a rock in the near foreground, and at f11, that should be enough for everything in this shot to be sharp. And that's it. Really pretty, really simple. Let's see if I can show you something here. I don't know if that's working out really well, but here's the shot. It's really, really pretty. This waterfall coming down. I got this little rock in the corner. This is pretty much the framing that you're gonna see right here. Super simple shot, really clean. And at 5 seconds, it looks a little something like this. My friends, that is it. We are calling it a day. I'm calling it a fantastic day. This was amazing. This place has all of it. It has beautiful rocks, textures, scraggly trees, grassy bushland, water over rocks, waterfalls. It's got everything. Rainbow Rock Canyon near Whitewater, California. I can't recommend it enough if you're here. It's a bit of a scramble towards the end, be warned, but it's well worth it when you get there. But I just want to take this opportunity to thank you for coming along with me. Please give it a thumbs up if you like it, subscribe if you want to see more, and tell your friends, because the more the merrier. And if you'd like to see more of my work, please visit toddhphoto.com. Over there you can see a little bit of everything that I do, and of course you could always purchase a print of your favorite image. And if you'd like to get a little bit more each month, I do send out a newsletter. I call it a Quiet Stillness. There you can just sign up on my website again, and I just send out an image each month with a little story behind it, a little motivation, the reason I took it, what I was thinking, what happened that day. The story varies a little bit, but just a little bit more to go with that image. And of course, you can download that image for free as well. And if you really want to support me in what I'm doing, please visit me over at my Patreon page. Over there, you get early access to that newsletter. And I also include a before and after where I show you the unedited image and then the edited image and just what I did to create that image. So please check that out. And from Rainbow Rock Canyon here in California, so long, and we'll see you next time.